On today's episode of the Grind Hours podcast, I've got yet another BCR alum. You're not an alum. You're still there. You're still trucking along.
I'm still there. I'm due to graduate, spring 21. So, I had to make sure I hold it down for all my 2020 graduates. Shout out to all college, not even just college, even high school, etc. All 2020 graduates. It was a tough ride this year. You guys made it. We're so proud of you. Don't worry, 2021 is gonna be better. I promise.
I flubbed on the intro. I mean, I didn't even introduce your name yet. Xavier George, or as I like to call you, and a lot of people like you tell them to call you Ocho. So it's been a while since I actually talked, and
Yes.
This is good. It seems like we're back kind of in BCR, just shooting the shit and talking. It's nice.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, one day at a time. But we're still gonna get the BCR content going on soon. Right now, we're just trying to see how things are gonna go with campus, because I think the fall semester is also gonna be online.
All of it?
But yeah.
Damn. All right.
But I believe there's a chance though. Don't quote me on this. This is a rumor, but there's a chance that there will be on-campus access. We will just need our masks. So let's see what happens. We're praying we get to go back into the studio. You already know that's your home too. So
yeah,
if it's open, come by.
I mean, I'm definitely going to be around if campus reopens and I can get access to BCR. I would love to do a couple other episodes of this podcast down there. But you're breaking news potentially breaking news on this podcast, which is always nice. A little bit more news before we get into the thick of things. Sorry to cut you off there.
Yes.
I got into Iona College. I'm going to put that on the podcast. So I'm officially a grad student of 2022, I believe, or halfway through 2021. I don't know. But it's a 3-semester program. So it's sports communication and media master's degree. So really looking forward to that. Looking forward to working with those people, and I will keep everyone updated on the goings of that. But as of the doings of this podcast, the reason why I have Ocho on, and we're going to start local because this is a sports show, and I repeat, if you don't start local when you're doing a sports show, you're not doing a sports show. I want to start in baseball with our favorite team, the New York Yankees, and this is kind of a tease for Thursday's pod that you're going to hear. But I want your expectations of the Yanks as a whole for this shortened season and what you expect, what it's going to be like as a fan in 2020 in general, watching games from home with nobody in the stands.
Well, I did catch a glimpse of the spring training game with the Mets when you're in the Bronx. I think they're going to do the same thing the NBA plans to do. We'll get into that later. But, simulated crowd noise from the video games.
Do you like it?
It's weird. It's like it sounds good. You know how something sounds good, but then like their appearance is just like, this is weird. It's weird. It's like I don't know. It's like I'm trying to find an analogy. We all love grilled cheese, right?
Right.
Would you change the texture of grilled cheese, say a soggy grilled cheese?
No.
That's the same feeling I'm getting watching them play in the Diamond with an empty crowd, but just simulated crowd noise. So it's like, but then again, honestly, I feel like, and as a former athlete myself, I think they will lock in more in the game because there is fair interaction at times which is good. But then if there's no one else, it's just you, the players, the game, the ball, you go out and play. So they'll lock in more, especially the Yankees. And honestly, my expectations for the Yankees, this was kind of a vacation.
I agree with you. I think that this team is one of the few teams that is geared for a short-term run and a long-term run, because when you think about it, the playoffs is a shortened season. And
Exactly.
that's the long-term goal for this team, is to make the playoffs, win a World Series, and end the 10-year drought that the Yankees have gone on from 2009 to now. So I expect nothing but greatness from this squad, and I think that's what's on. It feels like '09 to me. I keep saying that. Ever since the Cole signing, I've just had flashbacks to '09. Everything that Judges said has mirrored stuff that Jeter was saying before the '09 season. But let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Feed Hudson Valley is a regional food rescue and harvesting network in the Hudson Valley, operating through Dutchess, Orange, Ulster, Columbia, Greene, Putnam, and Sullivan counties. It links donors of prepared but unserved food and fresh produce with nonprofits and food assistant programs through an app-assisted network of food donors, volunteers, and feeding agencies. Feed Hudson Valley facilitates the harvesting, processing, and distribution of locally grown or produced agricultural products, self-stable food donations, and prepared nutritious foods. The app used is called Chow Match, and it is easy for volunteers to download and use. Among the donors are restaurants, farms, food makers, stores, hospitals, and universities. The food assistant programs include food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters. Volunteers are matched through the Chow Match app when a donation is available. They can indicate that they are available to make a run and then pick it up for a donor and deliver it to the agency. The Feed Hudson Valley network currently includes over 300 volunteers, 130 donors, and 95 receiving agencies. Last year, on average, Feed Hudson Valley rescued and redirected over 12,000 pounds of food each month. Feed Hudson Valley could use more donors and volunteers. To learn more and sign up, visit feedhv.org. Again, that's feedhv.org. One more time, spelled out, feedhv.org. Now back to the podcast. All right, in block one, we went over the expectations for the Yanks as a little teaser for Thursday's podcast. Now, Ocho, we're getting in your specialty. We're getting into the NBA. So what I want to know off jump is what you expect to see from the bubble style NBA playoffs.
Hey, just before I continue, this podcast is uncensored.
Yeah, you can curse. Go ahead. You can curse. This is not BCR. We're not late. We're not under any government.
All right. So here's the thing, right? This bubble shit, it's fucking bullshit. Okay. You know why? You can already see the special treatment. You see these guys. Did you see what's his name? Kyle Kuzma was eating for lunch. He was eating sushi while other players who aren't contending teams are having. It's like they're eating like elementary school food. You know what I'm saying? And that reason why I'm bringing that up because it's giving me the pizza in Utah vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me flu game vibes. You know, like someone's just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sick. Why? Because I'm eating the bubble food that they're giving me." Mind you, LeBron's team is eating Benihanas or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you could sense the favoritism. You know, it's not much of a problem because at the end of the day, they're there to play basketball. But bubble style, it's weird because what's this gonna do? It's like, have you ever gone to camp?
Yeah.
Not just any camp, sports camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gone to sports camp, and literally, have you ever been to camp and there's like multiple schools at the same camp?
Yeah.
So that being said, the players from the different schools get to bond with other players from other schools as well. So that's the vibe that I'm getting. everyone's getting close. The whole NBA is getting closer. But then it's weird because we were just coming back from the pettiness with some players and how they feel about each other and the moves they make on certain teams and who's Hollywood and who's not. I feel like the competition may die down because it's giving me kumbaya vibes.
I don't buy that for a second. There's two things that I want to say to what you said. Number one, for the Kyle Kuzma eating sushi scenario,
yeah,
LeBron brought his chef down there. Anybody who doesn't believe that is lying to themselves. So,
of course,
the guys with personal chefs, like, yeah, they're going to be eating good. And the guys who don't, they're going to be eating Smucker's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches 4 times a day. Like, that's just the case. That's what money brings you. If you can afford a personal chef, best believe you're bringing them down. The picture that Bronny Jr. posted on Instagram of like the burnt Domino's pizza, like that's not actual. I mean, I'm sure it happened, but like that's not the reality of what he's eating. He's eating Benihana's because the chef's cooking it up for him in the kitchen in his suite at Disney. There's no way LeBron doesn't have a chef. Now, if you're the Indiana Pacers and the highest paid player on your team is Victor Oladipo, I don't know if Victor Oladipo has a chef. I assume he does because he can probably afford it. But it's not at the same caliber as LeBron's chef. So, like,
of course.
Plus,
like LeBron's chef is also most likely his nutritionist.
Yeah, I would hope that each team brought a chef down into the bubble and was just like, hey, can you cook our guys some decent food? But I don't know.
Even though it's Disney, why would Disney have terrible food? That's the question. That's the real question.
That's true.
Is Disney all hype?
Is the NBA exposing Disney's food experience? Is the food package that you get on your getaway with the family bullshit? That's a good investigation.
Exactly.
Second thing that I want to say about the bubble, in terms of the kumbaya nature of the buddy of the NBA, I can only imagine what the quote unquote tampering rules are like in the bubble. Because if you're a free agent after this year, the talks that you could possibly have when you got nothing to do for 2 weeks while you're just chilling there, they're not making moves and talking to people. Come on, really? There's a super team forming in this bubble.
You think so?
100%.
I think we're done. I think we're done with super teams. I would say it's more about duos, maybe trios, but super teams, we're done.
Well, there's a duo. There is a duo that is being built in this bubble. I don't know who it is.
Well, guess what? Well, instead of free agent duos coming together from different teams, I'll tell you one duo that we have to be on the lookout for: Nikola Jokic and Bol Bol. Them in practice, that's a tandem. And there's a rumor they actually might make him go play at the 3.
Who?
I think I like it. Bol Bol.
Really? At the 3?
At the 3. Because his weight, he's skinny. He needs to eat. He needs the Disney
crap food.
But then it's just like with the Nuggets, how would that lineup even go? Because you have
you got Jamal Murray.
I'm having a brain fart right now. You got Murray. You got
Gary Harris.
Neil.
And
Gary
Neil.
Harris. But then not only that, you also have
you got Millsap down there too.
You got Millsap down there, but then you also have Porter. And he's healthy.
Is he good? Do we know if he's good?
He's good. He's good. He's not a phenomenon.
Is he an all-star?
They overhyped him. He's a vital piece for a championship DNA. He's reliable because
But
before the injuries,
is he an all-star? If he's just a swing man,
he could have been. He's a
could have
swing
been.
man.
It's his second year in the
Because
league.
but if you want him to do more than just being a swing man, he's going to hurt himself. He has to play the wing. He has to play his position, which is going to be a wing. I don't know about his defense, but he's working on his shot, his placement shots in the corner and the three. He's good if he's left alone. Not only that, if he's caught if he's in the mid range, he's taking that shot. That's going to be a good shot. But at the same time, that's your slash man coming from the wing. It's good enough. If even so, he has a nice little dribble, nothing crazy, but he could play make too. He could kick out, driving to the hoop from the wing. If he sees an open man, that's a kick out right there. So at the same time, him playing his position, especially from that, he's good. But then he cannot be that phenom that they were hyping coming out of college. He's gonna destroy his whole body.
Well, I mean, maybe not. Curry had a career post the ankles, so maybe Porter has something post back. I don't know.
True, post back. Let's see. But then I don't know. Maybe he might need some augmentations for that to happen because the whole family's made out of glass.
Maybe he needs to get it to Denver. There's some thin air up there, and who knows if he's smoking some pot or not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean,
I hope he is.
Half the NBA probably is. Who knows? That's probably another thing that's going down in the bubble. It's hard to find some weed.
I mean, I don't think so. JR just landed. Not he didn't just land.
That's true. Yeah, you got Deion Waiters and JR in the bubble. They're supplying the weed for the entire time.
For the whole bubble. Even the staff. Even the staff. You know what I'm saying? They're making their little deals here and there. You know, hey, you want something of me after practice? I got you. You know, I have priorities. So I'm pretty sure they're doing it. They're having fun out there. Let me ask you a question. Right?
Go ahead.
I think you know the answer too. Like this is going to be a legit answer. Who's winning the NBA championship?
That was my next question. I think it's still the Lakers. I really think that you give LeBron 3 months off to recharge and rest up and do his summer routine. But to gear up for the playoffs, I 100% think he's not going to want to do anything else. And there's no way he doesn't come away with a ring here. Maybe I'm wrong, but
it's on a silver platter. I
think it's Bucks Lakers still. I really do.
I agree. It's Bucks Lakers. Now, here's the thing though. Because every time someone wins a championship, everyone has an opinion on the value that ring has to the star player.
Right.
When KD won his 2 rings, people didn't validate it.
Right.
Why? Because he was on the Warriors. So let's say LeBron wins this ring. Like not even just this championship year count. Period.
Yes.
Because it's like the excuse would be, oh, you guys had time off. You guys had this, that, and the third. Because we live in a society now where no one's holding any bars.
Well, yeah, right. Everyone's going to nitpick it. But it's the flip side too, especially LeBron, who's been at the forefront of the social justice movement since the George Floyd murder. Exactly. So he's been busy the past like a month and a half, I believe it's been since the George Floyd murder. Maybe a little bit longer than that because time's a little bit fuzzy, but he's been in charge of it. He started a business. I mean, yeah, people can start businesses from their couch when they're high as a kite and eating Cheetos, but like he started a legit business and started a change in this country. Yeah, has he been working out? But he's had other things on his plate. I don't know. I like the chances for the Bucks and the Lakers to meet in the finals. Still, I think that the talent still rises to the top no matter what, whether there's a pandemic or not. Last question before we get out of this block. What is your opinion on the awards being given based on pre-pandemic, that they stop in March and they're just being voted on from the start of the season till March.
It's fair. It's fair because honestly, what else are you going to go off of? You're going to have to go off of everything. And they played a good amount of the season. It's just honestly, this bubble season is honestly just the playoffs.
I mean, it's 8 games in the playoffs, so there's not much regular season to be had there. Do you think the MVP is still
the
Giannis?
West? Yeah, give it to him. Why not? Who cares? At this point, because honestly, like just give it to him. Just give it to him. Like he got it before. Give it to him again. Make him feel good. And honestly, it'll look great on his resume if he wins a ring or not this season. That's how I feel. Now, I would say one thing though. I feel like this ring would validate Giannis more than it would do for LeBron. But then this ring would matter more to LeBron's career than for Giannis, because Giannis still has time on the clock.
LeBron, we don't know how much LeBron might play 30 years in the league.
Nah, he might, exactly. But at the same time, LeBron, if he doesn't get this ring, you have to get it now because next season is going to be even more difficult. I'm not saying he's not going to go far into the playoffs. He's definitely going to the finals. But those boys in Brooklyn, they look nice.
They're coming, man. I'm excited that we're going to get swept in the I don't even think we're going to make the playoffs. The squad that we got going on, the only thing I'm looking forward to is some Jamal Crawford crossovers and maybe a 3 here and there. But let's get out of here, and we'll talk about something that's near and dear to both of our hearts to finish up.
Let's get to it.
All right, man. I don't even know how to transition into this other than we're ending with our Jets. And the number one pressing question is, what the fuck is going on with Jamal Adams? Is he happy? Are the Jets going to trade him? I hope to God that whenever the 2020 season begins, Jamal Adams is wearing 33 in green and white and being the anchor to our secondary. I have said many times on this podcast, pay the man whatever the fuck he wants. He's worth the money. What is your opinion on that?
Getting emotional right now. But listen, pay the man the money. Because honestly, we don't deserve that man. We don't deserve him. We don't deserve Le'Veon. Hell, we didn't even deserve. I'm having brain farts again, but the last pick that the first round pick that we had in 2020, the lineman, the O lineman, defensive lineman.
Oh, Becton.
We don't deserve him. Quinnen Williams. It's something about the recent defensive linemen that we've drafted. It's like they're promising talent, but then
they never deliver.
They never deliver, and then they show that they're a bit unstable. I mean, Sheldon Richardson was doing phenomenal in Seattle, so I was actually happy for him.
He was good for us. Same thing with Mo Wilkerson. Leonard Williams, I mean, we paid the man the money, and he ran away with it.
We should have never let go of Mo Wilkerson. That's what I really believe. We should have never let go.
I agree with you, and I'm a Mo Wilkerson apologist. He overstayed his welcome in New York. He did a couple of other things off the field. Some of it's pot related, some of it's not, but he overstayed his welcome. And I mean, I'm happy for him in Green Bay. Best of luck to him in the rest of his career. The Quinnen Williams situation, I mean, he's getting into trouble and he hasn't even done anything yet in New York. I mean, he's bringing a gun to LaGuardia. What the fuck do you think's going to happen, man? Like, you're going to get pulled over and you're going to be like, that's not a good look. It's a bad optic for the Jets. I hope he has a bounce back sophomore season, but I mean, you're right. with the D line. Yeah, I want to turn it back to Jamal Adams real quick. If I'm Jamal Adams, I'm not saying a word. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not shouting to a guy who's driving by in his truck in the middle of Dallas, "Hey, when are you coming here? I'm trying to get here." I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm going to Joe Douglas's office and I'm saying, "Listen, you're either paying me or you're not paying me. If you don't pay me, I'm not playing this year. And if you are paying me, well, let's sign a contract and let's go try to win a Super Bowl here." Because that's the only thing he can do. There's nothing he can say off the field that's going to help his case. No matter if it's pro Jets or not, he needs to just play. There's a certain point where you can talk. There is. And there's always a platform for people to talk. Yeah. But when it comes down to contract situations, nobody wants to hear what you have to say. They just want to see you ball. Am I wrong on that?
True. All right. So I kind of agree with you there, because at the same time, I understand the whole contract situation, being vocal about it, not even being vocal about it, more about it that it's out there in the public. It's bringing pressure upon the whole organization, the fan base, even the player itself, even the coaching staff. It's bringing pressure on the whole culture of the team. So therefore, it's messy. It doesn't look good. We just want to see you be happy and ball. But I'm going back to, as the perspective of being a former athlete, one, this is your job. This is your bread and butter. And Jamal Adams is still pretty young in the league. This is what, like year 5?
I think it's year 4 or year 5, yeah.
Year 4, year 5. So therefore, he just got out of his rookie contract. So he's trying to get signed.
He's trying to get deal, and he wants the big payday. I mean,
he wants the big, and then New York is the best place to get that payday because it's New York. We have money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
But then now
the Johnson and Johnson family have money, and
yeah,
he's also the best safety in the league. He is.
But then here's the problem. What really sparked that is Adam Gase.
Well, okay.
And I've been telling you, you know I'm right, because I've been telling you I don't like this man.
I don't like him either.
Causes problem, and he's the reason why Jamal Adams is unhappy in New York. Because think about it. You want me to play with this coach, with the coach who doesn't like me, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to convince me, which is pay me, and I'm the best safety in the world right now. He's the best safety in the world right now. But then here's the thing, though. If we don't pay him, Jerry Jones is definitely willing to pay him, especially that's his hometown. And not only that, that's actually the missing recipe for the Cowboys. So, and then it's crazy because he's very happy. He loves New York. When I see him play, when I see him interact with Jets fans, he's just like, it's just love. I'm just like, I want this guy to come to my house for dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
But it's Adam Gase. It's Gase, bro. It's Gase. He needs to get out.
We should have fired him last year. I think based off of our schedule, we're probably gonna go 0-3. But I think that's a good place to end. Ocho, thank you so much for coming on, and I'll give you the floor to promote whatever you got going on, your socials and what have you.
Well, first and foremost, Black Lives Matter. Yes, all lives matter, but all lives don't matter if the Black lives aren't mattering. You get what I'm saying? You gotta arrest these people who killed Breonna Taylor. Countless other names too. There's a lot of cases that are still open, and we have these murderers roaming free. I don't have the time right now to list everything, but at the same time, literally, guys, like, if all lives matter, Black lives matter too. So if you can't come to the realization that right now the Black lives are in jeopardy, then technically all lives don't matter then. So that's just what it is. You can follow me on Twitter, Dulce_Day_Ocho. Follow me on Instagram, Ocho_Blumen. Joe, It's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. This is refreshing. I haven't spoke about sports. The last time I really spoke about sports was the Jordan documentary, and that was just TV. But then
Yeah,
now
it
the
was
sports is actually
April.
exactly. So thank you for having me on the show. It's refreshing to actually have these conversations about what's going on. Listen, man, keep tuning in, guys.
On this side of the coin, not the fake J Leo on Twitter, jdatasportsblogspot.com, and of course this podcast. If you reach this point in the podcast, please like, subscribe, share with anybody who you seem fit, download the podcast, and yeah, it was fun to catch up with Ocho. I hope you guys agree. He will definitely be on when football season starts and when the NBA bubble starts at the end of July. So a very interesting throwback podcast for you guys coming on Thursday. But until then, it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Peace.